beautiful creatures. Just doing some of my homemade cards for you here today for an intuitive read for the collective. What we've got for the collective today, Spirit come through. If this reading resonates for you, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and or you guys can donate to my PayPal, which isn't actually listed on my channel. I really need to get it onto that. It all comes out in the wash. Make sure you're being honest with yourself and with others about what is happening, especially if you're having issues with communication with those around you, because it all comes out in the wash in the long run anyway. And if you care about someone, you love someone, you should always be honest, or as honest as you can be with them about things, because eventually it all comes out anyway, so there's no point in bullshitting, really. I don't understand why people find it so challenging to be honest all the time. Some of you have some angel messages coming in. I have the letter T, if that is valid, and the letter 20. Focus forwards, 1 foot in front of the other, body will follow. We also have the letter B. Listen to your body. G6, some of you are not taking care of your meat sack. Your meat sack, the vessel that holds us here, is just as important as the soul that makes us function. So make sure you are, eating right, sleeping right. If you need medical attention, make sure you are getting some. If you need healing, make sure you're getting some of that too. Ask the ancestors for guidance. Ancestors came up in the last card reading too. Some of you, for whatever reason, do not want to talk to your ancestors and or your elders and or spirit team about what is happening. You are worthy. We all are worthy within our own right, and you guys need to start realizing that just because you are different, that does not make you unworthy, okay? Just because you've been traumatized does not make you unworthy. We're all worth loving, and even though we've been through some shit times, it makes it a shit day, not a shit life, okay? And there's someone out there for everyone. So make sure you are doing your bit. Remind yourself you are worthy. You are worthy of having abundance. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy, okay? Each and every person. Stop ignoring your guides. They are trying to help you. What was I just saying? For whatever reason, some of you don't want to sit with your ancestors and or elders to hear what they have to say. Sometimes they're going to say things you don't like to hear, but just know that they're there to guide you, and that's their job. And sometimes you're not going to like the guidance you get. It doesn't make it any less relevant. Are you doing your self-care? Come on, guys, start looking after yourself. Hydrate, eat, sleep, care for each other. It's not hard. Ancestral magic. Some of you are very strong with your ancestral magic and it scares you, and it's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to ignore it because it's not going away. Stop ignoring your guides. They're trying to help you. Listen to your body. Ask the ancestors for guidance. Ancestral magic, it's all right there. There's no growth in your comfort zone. If you're not uncomfortable, you're probably not growing. You have got this. Yes, Queen. My daughter says this all the time. Yes, Queen. Right, so you have got this. Stop doubting yourself. You're all amazing in your own right. It's about time you grabbed hold of that with both hands and ran with it. There could be some karmic principles involved. All right, so despite the fact that you've got all this stuff going on, if you're stuck on something, make sure you're talking to your guides, talking to your ancestors. Karmic principles involved? Yes, there's going to be sometimes. That happens. Destiny is calling. Are you picking up? It's like asking, are you answering the call? Are you going to do this, or are you just going to sit around and wonder about it? Either commit or quit. Go all at it, or just don't bother. This is not a half in, half out thing. This is not a I think I have a no. Either, it's happening or it's not. And only you can make that choice. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken and you're awesome as you are. on that note, like I said, you know, you can't be anybody else, mate. It all comes out in the wash. You know, people are going to love you for who you are. And if they don't, then they don't love you at all. So whatevs. You don't need that shit anyway. You know, just be okay. Being yourself, mate. Spend time with yourself. Get to actually know who you are. Seeing isn't about having eyeballs. Some of you are dealing with some visions coming in and or some vision gifts. You know, whether it be premonitions, downloads, you know, mediumship, clairvoyance, channeling. You know, everyone has their own specific talents that they have. Not everyone is the same, and you know, aren't you glad? Wouldn't that be bloody boring? Okay, so make sure you are listening to your, you know, quite often dreams. I sometimes have the dreaming, which I shut off for many years because it was just really uncomfortable when I ended up losing someone I really loved very early in my life. Transmutation and alchemy, very, very different, very rare gifts to have. And if you have those gifts coming in, I'm not surprised that you're dubious about it. Make sure you're reaching out and doing the research and doing the work. Shine bright. You know, no one wins when God turned water into wine. They did wonder how he did it, and when they couldn't do it, they thought it was some kind of evil magic, which obviously it wasn't. It was just different, and of course, he couldn't explain it because it was a natural gift for him. 10 toes down, champ. You know, do the work. Get up and get to the grind. If you can imagine it, you can create it. You know, stop thinking small. Thinking outside the box. What box? There is no box, mate. Sky's the limit if that's as far as you see. New opportunities coming in. We've got Gemini on the back here. Divinely defended and protected. Yes, most of you chosen ones are. And I'm not a huge fan of the word chosen ones, but you know who I'm talking to. Either it resonates for you or it doesn't. Lions don't flinch when hyenas yip. You know, basically, if you're worried and, you know, you're doing you, you're going to be too busy to be worried about people's opinions. Other people's opinions are none of your business anyway. Why ask why me when you can say try me? You know, this results back to that whole I am worthy. Yes, you are worthy. Like, stop being all like, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. There's no need for that. Not poor you. You can change that if you want to. If you don't like it, change it. Fuck matching tattoos. Match my fucking loyalty. For some of you, this is relevant. You have someone in the midst that's not being exactly who they tell you they are being. We've got Taurus and get back to nature. Again, another grounding card. Fuck that shit. You know, whatever it is, that's going on in the midst, the, fuck matching tattoos, match my loyalty. Whoever it is that's not being their true self around you, fuck that shit. Sky is the limit as far, if that's as far as you see. Didn't I just say that? I'm pretty sure I just said that. Who are ya? Who are ya? Who are ya? Have a good look at who you are. Are you happy with who you are? Can you sleep at night? Are you okay with that? Because you're the only one that's got to be able to be okay with that, okay? I am a survivor. I am not a survivor. I am a warrior. Most of us that are chosen and have these very many gifts and, you know, are going through these generational curse breakings and so on and so forth, we are literally warriors, spirit warriors, and or come from long lines of ancestral warriors, and that is quite normal. And this is why the ancestral magic keeps popping up. This is why they talk to your ancestors keeps popping up, because a lot of us are actually not entirely sure and not 100% correct of our lineage. Because a lot of us were misplaced and or we're not from here, and or we have varied heritage that we're completely unaware of. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. Don't be shy of who you are, like the cards actually said. You know, be who you are. Everyone else is taken and you are worthy. So don't forget. Make sure you're doing your self-care again. And, you know, drink water, eat good food, spend time in nature, you know, spend time around like-minded people. Make sure you're discerning about who you're spending your time and your energy on and around, because that is really important, and what you are what you eat, kind of, in that sense. You know, what you're spending time putting in and being around is quite often what we absorb. And that can affect us on a massive level, especially if we're confused about our own identity. All right, guys, peace, love, and light. Have a great day.